This subject, we're joined in studio by the NPP's Greater Accra Regional Chairman, Divine Agohom. Chairman, thank you for coming. Walk us through what happened at NIB today when you got to the offices of the National Investigations Bureau. Okay, so
first of all, good evening to your cherished viewers. I'm happy to be here once again. Yeah, we got the news. I actually got the news yesterday because I was out of town that one of our party guys, Mohammed Zakuo, was picked up by the National Investigative Bureau for reason that he made a post kind of sending a message, what one would consider a goodwill message to Her Excellency, our Vice President. So I asked that I want to see the post. And reading the post, he was just wishing the Vice President a peaceful rest, premise on the fact that the government spokesperson, Honorable Felix Fosu Kwachi Fosu, made an earlier, clarification when he was interviewed by Umaru Sanda that Her Excellency the Vice President is doing well. He's in the UK and resting. So my issue is, if somebody is resting and the person is an asset to the country Ghana by virtue of the fact that she's been elected as the Vice President of this land, and as a citizen, you are wishing that person a peaceful rest, I find it difficult to understand exactly what the offense necessitating, his arrest by no any other unit than National Investigative Bureau. So we mobilized and went there this morning after efforts to get him bail last 3 days didn't work. So we were there, myself, the former General Secretary, our lawyers, and a few of his friends, were there trying to get him bailed. Unfortunately, the NIB officers, from all indications, were receiving some instruction from, a place outside of, where they were. And for that reason, it was difficult for them to, see reason with us. At the end of the day, he was asked to a denied bail, and for that reason, will be arraigned before court tomorrow, we're told. So that's basically what happened.
Yeah, but Chairman, I mean, rest in peace. You don't say rest in peace to somebody who is sick at the hospital. It's usually you tell rest in peace to anybody who's probably passed away, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if you've seen the post yourself, but what the gentleman is accused of posting on Facebook is rest well.
Rest well.
Not rest in peace.
Okay.
Unless rest well can be interpreted also as rest in peace. And I'm saying that there was a communication from the government spokesperson suggesting that Her Excellency was resting, at the time. I don't know the situation now. And if you tell me somebody is resting, I say, oh, okay, I wish her well, or she should rest well.
With crying emojis.
But the person, we all know something happened, and she was not well. So she was saying, otherwise, why is she outside? Why couldn't she have rested here? She's there because she was not well. And so if now we are being told that she's resting, and we say rest well, maybe the lawyers will have to argue this out tomorrow for us to see, because I don't think that I support or I subscribe to recklessness, on the part of party communicators and all. That's not something that I would, endorse. But in this particular situation, my brother, if I'm told you are resting, and I say rest well, I don't see it. Anyway, so that is what happened.
Okay.
And then we tried to, get bail for him. We were denied, and so we are getting ourselves ready for court tomorrow. Basically, that's what it is.
So this is the second time a member of your party has been picked up by NIB. So there was an attempt to pick up the member of parliament for Ascent South. Do you see this trend continuing where members of your party are seen to have made reckless statements and NIB officials picking them up or making attempts to pick them up? Is this a trend that we're supposed to be expecting going forward?
First of all, let me take you back a little. You know, the agency or the unit we are referring to now as NIB used to be BNI.
BNI.
All right? Now, the thinking for which reason their name, and for that matter, the status was changed from BNI to NIB is to avoid situations such as we are seeing now. Because, I mean, look at them. During Dampare's time as the IGP, I am not careful, I'm not too sure if that is still the situation now. But if you have police officers coming to your premises or meeting you anywhere else and attempting to, you know, arrest you or to even engage you in whichever form, their identities are known, all right? Because their name tags, they wear their name tags, and you can see. What are we seeing now? We are seeing operatives of National Investigative Bureau, all right, wearing mask. Wearing mask is an indication that you want to hide your identity. Why? To arrest somebody is not illegal in a, you know, how do you call it, democracy that we have right now. So if I've done something wrong and you are in to pick me, let me know. You have the right to ask, yes, you want to arrest me, who are you? The military in our country here don't arrest people. If you want to arrest, then the police service, that is the job of the police service. So if the military is now taking the job of the, how do you call it, the police, then clearly you know the direction where we are heading. This gentleman in question, he made a social media post, and for that reason, you go and pick him. You are assuming that this would intimidate us and get us into, you know, I think that we are more than ready to, you know, we've just managed all this while to, you know, keep our hands on our guys to, you know, maintain some calm. But what is going on? We are getting to the wall now, and we'll be compared as it is to also respond. We want to give the NDC government the space, the peaceful environment for them to, you know, work. But it looks as if they are not appreciating that, and they are asking for
what
something
do you mean
else.
by your backside against the wall now?
Yeah, you rightly made reference to what they attempted doing to Intimfojo. You understand? He is a member of parliament. If for whatever reason you want him arrested, or you want him, you know, to, as it were, support whatever investigation you want to do, it's an easy thing. You just extend invitation to him through the appropriate channel that we all know, in this case, the Speaker of Parliament, that this is what it is, and we want the person, you know, then that one is fine. But if you are going to him and you are arming yourself with guns and, you know, military personnel wearing masks and all, well, the message you are sending is very, very wrong.
What would be the response of the NPP?
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm coming. Then when you get to a situation like this, we have every right under the Constitution to protect ourselves. And as it is, we are a political party and we care for each other, all right? Yes, if for whatever reason somebody enters these premises and tries to, you know, handle you unlawfully, I don't think your colleagues here will sit down and then look at that person. And that's exactly what we will also be doing. So very soon, the way they are pushing us, if the idea is for Ghanaians to kind of take our minds off the poor governance they are giving us now with all these, I don't want to sit here and talk about that. But I think that they are really pushing us, and I wish that the kind of environment we are hoping to create for them to have the space to govern and govern well, we think they should appreciate it. If they are not, they will be compelled to also put ourselves together in defense of ourselves. That's all.
All right. Chairman, take a breather, take a breather. I'll take you to the Western region. We'll be back and have further conversations. Let's go to the Western region, where the Chief Executive of the Petroleum Hub, Dr. Tony Obin, has disclosed that government is yet to compensate the pre-acquisition owners of the 20,000-acre land it acquired for the Petroleum Hub project. The Akufo-Addo administration, according to him, did not release the 250 million cedi the former president promised during the sword cutting for the Petroleum Hub project. Speaking during a courtesy call on the chiefs of the Western Nzema traditional area in Benin in the Western region, Dr. Obin said the main challenge facing the project now is the issue of the outstanding land compensation. ChannelOne News' Akwasi Ejeanim has more in this report.
The march talked about Petroleum Hub Development Corporation project at Nawole in the Jomoro district of the Western region is expected to result in the construction of a refinery, 3,000 cubic meters of storage tanks, a jetty, and create over 780,000 jobs, among other things. Despite the signing of a $12 billion agreement in 2024 for the project and the former president even cutting short for the commencement in the third quarter of 2024, the new chief executive of the Petroleum Hub says there are still hindrances to the project. Dr. Tony Obin, speaking after calling on the chiefs of Western Nzema traditional area at Benin and a visit to the project site, said land compensation remains a concern but committed to addressing it.
The compensation has always been the challenge of the hub. Thankfully, the new leadership is working assiduously to ensure that some beginning is seen in the payment of compensation. I cannot put my finger on time, but I know that we are far advanced in trying to get some resources to do that. See, unfortunately, when the former president was leaving the office and the tape for the project was cut, there was a very categorical assurance that, and I quote, I have instructed my finance minister to release an amount of 250 million cedis to begin the compensation payment. This was very categorical, this was very instructive. Unfortunately, for reasons that I don't know, not a single penny was released. So it created some challenge as to what was there to use. But President is keen, our President John Mahama is very keen to see the project.
The chief of Tikobo No. 2, Nana Awo, speaking on behalf of the chiefs of Western Nzema, expressed their support for the project but called for immediate payment of compensation as well as ensure employment for locals when the project commences.
Western Nzema, the project on your perseverance, as we have said, we are giving you our 100% support. My Jumano Emraso. The Pekasian said, Juman Basso, na Yankwala Enya Jumaye. Now, say time I buy a Baba Catcher sword no. On my assurance, say, on my schedule ready. So boss, if you can put say, Omo the Baba started the payment of crop compensation into no Dr. Bay. Nanam the best say, Momo as quickly as possible. So even this month, and as a next month, we meet to your crop compensation. Part of my farmers now. As for the land compensation, and they say no more.
Dr. Tony Obin, however, had this response to the chiefs.
We really appreciate the overwhelming support we received from Wulaya Noije and the chiefs. In fact, everybody was excited about the project and they want the project to go forward. And like leaders of everywhere, they spoke about jobs for their people, for their youth, which is very true. So what we did, and that has been the plan, is to actually begin by providing training for the youth of this area.
The people are bent on securing a good deal before the project can take off. For ChannelOne TV News, Akwasi Ejeanim, Benin.
You're still watching the ChannelOne newsroom here on ChannelOne TV. Let us now focus